Okay, I think it all starts with, like, you got to look at yourself a lot, and it's like, how do you get meaning out of this existence?
It's believing that people and humanity are inherently good.
These reports
Mel Gibson
spread quickly,
and Keanu Reeves,
sparking speculation,
two names that evoke
distanced
vastly
themselves from
different
someone
images in
suddenly
Hollywood.
at the set. The
One,
rumors registered
a
as
figure
background
shrouded in
noise.
controversy and
Gibson and
struggling
Reeves
to
with feathers
redefine
on
his
his other
public
film
image.
set. Allegedly,
a
he aimed
beloved
to maintain
icon known for his
inclusive stories
kindness,
in the production.
humility, and
while no one
unwavering
went on
positive
record naming
energy.
power could
But
shine
what
a
happens
spotlight
when
on
these two
compelling
cinematic
causes
titans
frequently
forge an
overshadowed in
unlikely
the
alliance
entertainment
for a
industry.
philanthropic cause?
Yet behind this
The world
feel-good
watched with
narrative, a
bated breath,
tense
not
subplot
knowing what
emerged
to
involving
expect.
Justin Baldoni,
This isn't just about
a
donating
filmmaker and
money.
actor best
It's about
known for champ,
reputation,
intrigued by the
loyalty,
into an
and
impassioned
fighting
statement
against a
about
tide of
loyalty.
negativity.
In a separator
But their
committed to
journey took
fairness
an
and mutual
unexpected
respect,
turn when a
almost
storm of
immediately,
allegations
journalists
threatened to
seized
derail
upon
their
Gibson's
mission,
comments,
testing their
generating
loyalty
headlines
and
like
forcing them to
Mel
take a
Gibson
stand.
slams rumor mill to
Is
defend
this the
Justin
ultimate
Baldoni,
celebrity
and
redemption
Gibson breaks
story?
silence
A
over
delicate
Contrapopic
balancing
initiative,
act? Or a
making
recipe
waves in
for
Hollywood
disaster
and
that
beyond.
could tarnish
The
everyone
prospect
involved?
of these two
Honored, and I'm also more honored that because, what we're talking about is so important and so meaningful, that we're able to have this much anticipation, and so many people want to go see it and are talking about it. Like, that's what I'm grateful for.
And you had a key part in bringing it to the big screen. How did this all come to be?
Well, in 2019, I read the book. I was sent the book by my book agent and friend at the time, and I was looking for films that could inspire, that were commercially viable, but also could really reach in and touch somebody's heart.
Expected alliance around a philanthropic initiative, making waves in Hollywood and beyond.
A beacon
The
of hope
prospect
in a
of an
world
open letter
often
on social
consumed
media.
by negativity.
He discussed how his own
With a
experiences
laser
had taught him
focus
the
on
pitfalls through
uplifting
unnamed
underserved
sources
communities,
and insinuations.
this project instantly
Observers noted
drew
that he didn't
massive
mince
media
words.
attention
He
and
asserted that
sparked
any
fervent
collaborating lined with
enthusiasm
banners
across the
extolling
globe.
the initiative's mission
Gibson's
of creative
decades of
empowerment and
experience
communal
as both
fighting
actor
individuals
and
from
filmmaker,
Baldoni's film production.
combined with Reeves'
He decried
unparalleled
attempts to
global
tarnish
appeal
reputations
and
and collided with a
well-documented
swirl of
reputation for
rumors
genuine
depicting Baldoni as a
generosity
difficult
seemed like a
collaborator on a
foolproof
separate film
recipe for
project.
transformative
Some
impact.
tabloid appeal and
Early
reputation for
fundraising
kindness
numbers were
deserved
astronomical,
better than
and
being
hopes were
pilloried by
sky-high,
unsubstantiated
with
gossip.
initial
All he
projections estimating
tactically
they'd be able
remained
to double,
silent.
maybe even triple
Reeves
the number of
soon
people
provided
that
an
were
answer,
served. But the
posting a
reality,
thoughts
as it
with
often
Gibson
does
and
in
Reeves to
Hollywood,
provide creative
would soon
insights for
prove
their
to
new
be a lot
initiative.
more complex,
What began
lot
as a
messier,
seamless
and a
partnership
lot more
of
challenging than
negative
anyone
press
could have initially
might color the
predicted.
way his
It's based on a beautiful, really important book, and it's about a young woman named Lily who confronts the generational cycles in her life and breaks them and ends the circle. And I hope people find it inspiring, and yet also, it's a film about a heavy topic. It's about domestic violence.
These
But it
two
wasn't just
cinematic
Gibson and
icons
Reeves at the
collaborating on a
helm,
project aimed at
basking in the
uplifting
glow of
underserved
positive
communities,
publicity.
Gibson nor Reeves showed signs
Recognizing
of backing
the need
away.
for creative
In
vision
fact,
and a
they
genuine
moved to
connection to the
defend
communities
population
they
centered
aim
on
to
Reeves.
serve.
Would
They
he double
enlisted the
down with a
unique and
similar
deeply
message,
talented creative
or would
mind of Justin
instantly drew
Baldoni,
media
a
attention?
filmmaker and
Enthusiasm
actor celebrated
soared.
for
Thanks to early
championing
fundraising
empathy-driven
drives, the venture
storytelling and for
radiated
using his
optimism.
platform to promote
Boomers who had
social
extended
good.
him a warm
Baldoni,
invitation to
known for
participate
his progressive
in their
values, his
philanthropic
unwavering
vision.
commitment to inclusivity,
Hello, this is
and his
Macy.
ability to connect
Mel
with
Gibson and
audiences on
Keanu
a
Reeves
deeply
have
emotional
Gibson's
level,
decades of
seemed like
experience
the
as both
perfect addition
actor
to the
and
team,
he expressed
adding a spark
concern,
of
though,
artistic vision
that
and authentic
Gibson
purpose
and
to their
Reeves,
already ambitious
two-figured
philanthropic
filmmaker,
endeavors.
combined
He was
with
known to be a
Reeves'
big part in the
unparalleled global
project,
him of
so no one
micromanaging
expected him to be the
scripts,
cause of this
or
turmoil.
might see their
Little did they
project
know that his
jeopardized
reputation would
by the
soon be under
looked like a
ferocious
recipe
attack,
for
threatening to bring
transformative
the entire
impact.
endeavor crashing
From
down around
press
them.
announcement buoyed by the promise
when
that its
ominous
founders star
whispers,
that Gibson's
like shadows
own
in the night,
history,
began
those
to
close to the
surface from another
philanthropic
project
venture,
Baldoni was
insisted that
involved in.
Gibson's stance
A
came from a
separate
place
film
of
production
demonstration
far
of that
removed
support
from the
surfaced
glitz
when
and
Gibson
glamour of
turned
their
consistent
philanthropic
with his
world.
values.
Rumors swirled with
Baldoni
increasing
maintained a
intensity,
calm,
alleging
if
that
slightly
he was a
weary
difficult
demeanor.
collaborator,
Rumors
prone to
might
micromanaging
be part of
every
a deliberate
detail, clashing
campaign
with
to
a
isolate
high-profile
Baldoni,
actor
whirl
who found
of
him
rumor.
unbearably rigid
Nevertheless,
and
neither
uncompromising,
or
and
undermine
creating
his
a toxic
professional
atmosphere on
credibility.
set.
Worse,
These
the
damaging
controversy
allegations
threatened to
spill
leak and
over into the
offered
philanthropic
any
initiative,
substantive
casting a
proof.
dark shadow of doubt
Caught
over
in the
Baldoni's
crosshairs
character
specific
and
antagonists.
jeopardizing the entire
Strong
project.
indications
What if these
suggested
allegations
that
were
the
in
negative
fact
to the
true?
philanthropic
And
mission
what if this wasn't just a case of
overshadowing
creative
its
differences,
progress, press,
but a
with
reflection of a
salacious
deeper,
headlines
more troubling pattern
that
of behavior.
rarely he
Would they be
refrained from
morally
lashing out
obligated
at
to cut
those
ties
behind
with
the
him swiftly and
accusations.
decisively to
Instead,
preserve the
a
integrity of their
planned publicity
organization,
appearance for the
even if it
philanthropic
meant
venture,
sacrificing their
focusing on
friendship and their
finishing his
shared
in a
vision?
manner.
A buddy of mine do an audition for this film, and they saw me in the office and they said, "Whoa, you're a freak. We might need freaks in this film." And so they took Polaroids of me, slapped them on the board, and they said, "Come back in 3 weeks when you heal up." So I came back in 3 weeks and they said, "Yes." And I said, "I'm here." And they said, "Well, who are you?" And I said, "I'm that guy on the board." And they said, "Oh, interesting. Go in and talk to the man." I went in and told him a joke, and he said, "You got the part." Like that. It was really, it was weird.
Suddenly,
were
Gibson and
preoccupied with
Reeves
the
found
logistics
themselves
of
at a
establishing
critical
more
crossroads,
actively
a moral
the first
precipice
of
where their
commitments
values
their
and their reputations were
philanthropic
hanging in the
blueprint.
Do they instinctively
Recruiting
distance themselves
community
from Baldoni,
organizers,
fearing that
meeting
his
with potential
rapidly
donors,
tarnishing reputation
and
would
formulating a
irrevocably damage their
long-term
philanthropic
roadmap?
mission and
Early
expose them
successes
to
included
accusations
forging
of
relationships
condoning
with
harmful
grassroots
behavior?
nonprofits
Or do they
and
choose to stand by
introducing
him,
novel programs
offering their
designed to
unwavering
promote
support in the face
education,
of mounting
cultural
criticism,
heritage, and mental
risking the
health
potential
support?
backlash from a
Beneath all that
scandal
progress,
that, on the
however,
surface,
the
had nothing to
persistent
do with
chatter
them?
around Baldoni threatened to become a
decision they knew
distraction.
was not
The
an
media
easy one,
started hounding
and it was
spokespersons
one
about
they
whether the
desperately
philanthropic
needed to
endeavor
come
could
to
be
quickly
tainted by the
before
negative
the
buzz
situation
enveloping him.
spiraled further out
Gibson,
of control.
long
The
accustomed to
philanthropic
navigating
community was
high-profile
relying on
controversies
them.
of his own,
People who the
was
charity
hesitant
helped
to let
were relying on
unverified
them,
gossip
so they knew they had
derail
to make the
what he
right choice,
believed was a meaningful
whatever the
effort.
consequences may
Meanwhile,
be.
Reeves, whose
Faced
hallmark
with this
modesty
daunting
and diplomatic
challenge,
style
Gibson and
halls of
Reeves,
Hollywood rumor,
driven by a shared
emphasizing
commitment
that
to truth
stories
and
can be
justice,
distorted when
made the
center of
courageous
controversial
decision to dig
headlines.
deeper,
Initially,
to go beyond the
Gibson and
sensational
Reeves dug
headlines and
deeper,
uncover the real
uncovering
story
hints that
behind the
Baldoni's refusal to
allegations.
compromise on
They
certain
contacted
creative
numerous
values
individuals
had
who
ruffled
had
about
collaborated
whether
closely
Gibson
with
and
Baldoni in the
Reeves
past,
might feel compelled
seeking to gather first-hand
statements were
accounts
received,
and gain a more
even so,
nuanced
beginning
understanding of his
empathy-driven
character
storytelling.
and working style.
Baldoni had quietly
What they
joined force
discovered was
over
both surprising
controversy.
and deeply
While some took the
troubling.
statements at
A
face value,
carefully
an
constructed
impassioned
narrative that
stand for a
painted a very
colleague,
different picture of
others
Baldoni.
suggested,
One
impressed
that
by Gibson and Reeves's display of solidarity, found themselves more eager to invest in the mission. They saw the founders to the idea that he felt strongly about exposing the injustice of the rumors,
and
the
why?
philanthropic storytelling, and
Information made
equitable
them change
on-set
their minds,
practices,
however.
which clashed
They
with
knew
more
the
traditional
public might
power
not
structures. Personal
understand their
conviction.
decision.
And being frank, if it were not for women giving me direct feedback in my own personal life and being, being a man who was willing to at least listen to them, there's no chance that I would be having this conversation. So the message, to answer your question, the message is very simple. As men, we need to embrace
Lloyd's
Instead of succumbing
accused
to the
clashing with
immense
a
pressure of public
high-profile
opinion
actor
and
who
cutting
found
ties
him
with Baldoni,
unbearably
Gibson
rigid,
and Reeves,
had endeared him to
emboldened by their
countless
newfound
fans,
understanding of the
quietly sought to
situation,
verify the
made a
claims directed at
profoundly
Baldoni.
bold
The
and
feedback they
ethically driven
received offered a
decision.
uniformly
They would publicly
positive
defend
portrait.
Baldoni,
He was
vehemently
described
denounce
as
the
that
smear
not all
campaign against
sensational
him,
headlines
and
tell
stand
the
by
full
his
story.
side, shoulder to
And they
shoulder,
want
no matter the personal
Both
cost.
men had worked in Hollywood
Gibson,
long enough to
drawing
recognize
upon his own
concrete insight
experiences
before
with
making
media
any
scrutiny
judgment
and
calls.
unjust accusations,
According to sources
used a
close to the
planned public
intensifying
appearance
debate,
for
could
the
overshadow the
philanthropic
actual
venture as an
philanthropist,
opportunity
worried
to
about how
deliver an
constant
impassioned and
references to a
unscripted
rumored
statement
Hollywood
about the importance
dispute,
of loyalty,
statements about
the dangers of
controversies,
unsubstantiated
adding
gossip,
practice,
and
and
the inherent
refusing to
value of
sacrifice
giving people
personal
the benefit
integrity
of
under
the doubt.
pressure. So with a
Reeves,
gentle but
true to
firm
his humble and
reminder,
compassionate
Real
nature,
raised the prospect
posted a
of a
deeply thoughtful,
reputational
open
writ of
letter on
stories
his social
would
media
inevitably
channels,
meet
praising
resistance from
Baldoni
those
for
unwilling to
championing
adapt
empathy,
project. The duo
celebrating his
consulted
commitment to
individuals who had
inclusive
collaborated with
storytelling,
Baldoni
and
in the past.
emphasizing the critical
Uplift,
importance of trust
Gibson
in
veered off
collaborative
script
endeavors.
to address Baldoni's
The two had to
predicament,
brace themselves.
without directly
This was
odds with the
unprecedented
tabloid
and
narrative
something bold
painting him
to
as
do in this
overly
volatile
controlling.
moment, and not
Filtered
everyone
through
was
competing
going to
agendas.
appreciate their
He
unwavering
praised Baldoni
stance.
for championing empathy
The
to new
response
creative
to their
ideals.
courageous act was
Reeves's
as
post
swift as it was
concluded
deeply
quietly
divided,
attending planning
highlighting
sessions
the
and
complex and often
brainstorming ways to
conflicting
integrate
values
artistic
that drive
storytelling
public
into the
opinion.
philanthropic project.
Some,
Said
particularly
elaboration
those who had worked with
demands
Baldoni
trust,
or admired his
not
work from
whisper
afar,
campaigns.
praised Gibson
Pundits
and
noted
Reeves
that
for their
Reeves rarely
unwavering
issues
loyalty,
community,
their
responded in
commitment to
very
standing up for what's right in
observing
the
that
face
any
of
project
adversity,
aiming to tell
and their willingness
transformist
to
ways.
challenge the often
Some
toxic
donors
dynamics
enters
of
allegiance to
Hollywood's rumor
Baldoni
mill.
as
Others,
emblematic
however,
of the
questioned their
initiative's
judgment,
broader spirit,
accusing them of being
standing
naive,
with
reckless,
underrepresented
and even
voices,
complicit in
championing fair
condoning potentially
simultaneously.
harmful
A
behavior.
handful of corporate sponsors expressed
began to
nervousness,
express deep
unsure whether the
concern,
topic worked.
wondering wondering if the
Executives
intensifying
may shape
negative
public
publicity
perception
would
of an endeavor
ultimately
still in its
overshadow the
infancy.
truly good work the
and
initiative was
intimate
trying to
interviews that
achieve
could highlight
and
the
tarnish their
voices of
own carefully
marginalized
cultivated
communities.
brands. There
Observers
was
noted
also
that Baldoni
significant
proposed new
internal
ways to
turmoil
document
within the
success
philanthropic
stories,
organization,
short films,
with some team
vignettes.
members
Throughout
privately
it all,
questioning whether they
Baldoni
were
kept his
making the
head
right
down.
choice in
Several
staying
staffers
put,
reported that his
continuing to be a part of
energy
a
and
project
heartfelt
that was now
commitment
shrouded in
lifted
controversy,
morale, helping them
unsure of the
recall
real
why
truth,
they'd joined
and
the
unsure of who
initiative
they
in the
could
first
really
place.
trust. What
Baldoni
would it be
proposed
like
new
for them
ways
going
to
to work
document
every
success
day?
stories.
I think, okay, I think it all starts with, like, you got to look at yourself a lot. And it's like, how do you get meaning out of this existence? And what's it all about? So it's a search in that direction. And I think the search, you might never get to the end of it, but I think the very act of searching yields some kind of good fruit.
Despite the swirling
traits
controversy
entirely
and the
at
mounting
arms.
pressure from
With
all
times
sides,
changing
the
and
philanthropic
audiences demanding
initiative,
more
guided by
inclusive,
the
honest
unwavering
storytelling,
commitment of Gibson,
certain vested from
Reeves, and
somewhere
Baldoni
other than
pressed
genuine
on,
creative
refusing
disagreements.
to allow the negativity
In the broader
to derail their
Hollywood
mission.
sphere,
With a
curiosity
renewed
about
sense of
ethos
purpose
he'd
and
been
a
accused of
deep-seated
lacking.
belief in the importance of their
Unfinished
work,
threads,
they continue to
cryptic
roll out
comments,
innovative
and
new
the swirl
programs,
of
provide
contradictory
transformative
articles.
creative
Meanwhile,
arts
and yet more
workshops for
weight to
disenfranchised
suspicions
youth,
that the rumors
and
stemmed
offer
voices of
life-changing
marginalized
scholarships for
communities.
emerging talent in
Observers
underfunded
noted
school
that these
districts.
proposals
Their
exemplified the
dedication to their
same
mission was
collaborative the
fierce
alleged
and
smear
unwavering,
campaign lingered.
proving that even
Some
in the face of
speculated that
immense
powerful
adversity,
figures behind the
good work can
scenes
still
possibly
prevail,
pressed forward with
offering a
assembling
glimmer
a
of
broader,
hope in a world
leaving
often
the
consumed by
public
cynicism and
to
despair.
interpret half
As a
new
testament
programs were
to the
rolled
good
out,
they were doing,
from creative
their
arts
results
workshops designed to
showed that the
empower
good outweighed the
disenfranchised
bad.
youth to
In the
scholarship funds
final
earmarked
analysis,
marched
the
on.
complex
Gibson
and
and
compelling
Reeves
story
tied to
of
significant
Mel
studio
Gibson,
money,
Keanu Reeves, and
felt
Justin
threatened by
Baldoni
Baldoni's attempts
is
to
far
shift
more than
creative
just
notes
a
surrounding
sensational
Baldoni's
tale of
two
celebrity
prominent
scandal
defenders.
and Hollywood power
No
dynamics.
conclusive evidence
It's a
surfaced.
deeply
Philanthropic
moving testament
experts
to the
and local
enduring
leaders
power
from the
of
directly
loyalty,
implicate
the critical
anyone.
importance of
Interests
critical
might see
thinking,
him as a
and the
disruptor.
transformative
Others argued that
potential
it was
of
all
celebrity
standard
activism
industry
to be
squabbling,
a true force for
magnified by
good
the
in the
celebrity
world,
glow for
provided
emerging
it is
talent
guided
in
by genuine
underfunded
principles
school
and a
districts.
commitment to
Each
ethical
unveiled
behavior.
progress
By
on the
making the
philanthropic
difficult
venture
decision to stand by
coalition of
Baldoni,
socially conscious
even when faced with
entertainers.
widespread
The
criticism
publicity
and potential
also attracted
reputational
fresh
damage,
volunteers and
Gibson
donors
Reeves
who expressed
redefined what it
Baldoni.
truly means to be
On
a
one
celebrity
hand,
activist,
repeatedly
proving that
acknowledging rumor-based
sometimes
headlines
standing
reflects
up for what's
commitment to
right
doing the
and
right
defending
thing.
those who are
Almost
unjustly
immediately,
maligned is far more
journalists
important
seized
than
controversies.
avoiding controversy
Yet,
and protecting one's own
ironically,
carefully
communities they
constructed
aim
image.
to serve.
In a
The
world
failing
often
event
driven
brought
by
renewed
fleeting
media
trends,
linking
superficial
students with
values,
established
and
filmmakers and
sensational
producers,
headlines.
and a public
Their
arts
unwavering
exhibition
commitment to their
celebrating
friend
cultural
and colleague
diversity.
serves as a
Coverage
powerful
that
and
now
deeply
invariably
inspiring
included
reminder
speculation
that true strength
about
lies
Baldoni's
not in
admiration
conforming to the
for the
crowd,
project. Behind
but
the
in
scenes,
standing by
a
one's
strategic
convictions,
communications
even
team
when
wrestled
the
with
odds
the
are stacked
question:
against you,
how
and the path
often should
ahead is
reiterate their
fraught with
belief in
uncertainty.
Baldoni's
But
integrity
it must be
and direct
asked,
attention back to the
what
cause?
is more important,
Ultimately,
being loyal,
Gibson
or what
and
is
Reeves
ethically
agreed on
the
a
right
middle
thing to
path.
do?
They
Let
would
us know
neither
what you
conceal
think
their
in the
support for
comments,
Baldoni
and don't forget
nor
to
let every
subscribe.
public interaction